Всем привет! If you already know the names of the letters of the Russian alphabet, like A, B, V, G, then this video would be a good video to watch next to grasp the sounds these letters make to start reading in Russian. Now, you probably think, well, I already know how to read in Russian, and it actually was quite easy to learn the alphabet and start reading, which is true. Russian reading system is pretty straightforward. If you know the basic sound the letter makes, you should be able to string those basic sounds together to read the word. Like ma, ma, pa, pa, pa. And it's true, and it's kind of like a nice thing about the Russian alphabet, because people who never learned Russian ever think it's going to be so scary to switch to the Cyrillic alphabet. At the same time, once they start learning Russian, they're like, oh my God, the alphabet is kind of like the easiest thing about the Russian language once they go into like more, advanced topics of grammar. But here I would say a lot of you are making the same mistake by going through the alphabet and the sounds that letters make too fast. Because it seems easy, and especially if you have a good language aptitude, you just like grasp it pretty fast. But here I would say slow down and really learn all of the kind of like intricacies, couldn't pronounce this word, intricacies of the sound system, because that will help you with the listening comprehension. Because, you will hear something like got, and you will hear the t sound at the end. But when you see it in written, it will have the d sound, or like letter d. And or like the word that you hear in the classrooms a lot, хорошо, h, a, ra, sho, but we write it with all O's, хорошо. So a lot of these things I'm gonna kind of like talk about in this video. And my lecture, it's kind of like long, but it's gonna be useful because I present the information a little bit differently, and I offer kind of like little hacks to kind of like explain the sound system better. And if you watched my videos before, you know that we will be taking notes in a notebook. I think it's important to be writing the information down in this systematic manner to kind of like, to learn it better, to acquire it better. And at the end, we'll practice reading Russian syllables. Okay, so as I said, it's going to be a long video, but bear with me, and I think you will find it useful. I hope you will find it useful, and if you do, please leave a comment at the end. Okay, I'm not going to make it even longer. Let's start. All right, let's take a look at the sounds of the Russian letters. And we're going to start by looking at basic sounds, and then we're going to look at two categorizations for consonants, and finally we're going to work through the Russian vowels. So first, let's start with the basic sounds. And basic sounds are pretty straightforward. Basically, the name of the letter that you learn when you learn the Russian alphabet is pretty much the same as the sound that it makes. Now, there will be some exceptions. There will be 3 exceptions. And that would be и краткое. It will be hard sign and soft sign. Now, the 2 signs, we call them твердый знак, мягкий знак, which in Russian means hard sign and soft sign, but they actually make no sound at all. And then the краткое is basically the sound that you make when you say the word yoga, but let's say you just like stop pronouncing it. So the y would be the sound. Okay, let's take a look at all the other letters of the Russian alphabet. A, 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 A. B, 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 B. В, 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 В. Г, 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 Г. Д, 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 Е, 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 Ё, 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 Ж, 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 З, 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 І, 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 І. И краткое Й, и краткое Й, К, 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 Л, 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 М, 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 Н, 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 О, 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 П, 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 Р, 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 С, 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 Т, 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 У, 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 Ф, 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 Х, 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 Ц, 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 Ч, 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 Ша, Ш, Ша, Ш, Ща, Щ, Ща, Щ. Твердый знак. No sound. Твердый знак. No sound. И, 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 И. Мягкий знак. No sound. Мягкий знак. No sound. E, 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 U, 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 Я, 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 Я. So for the basic reading, you pretty much all you need to know is the basic sounds. So for example, here we have a letter T, A, and M. And the sounds that they make, T, A, M. And we just string them together. T, A, M, T, A, M. Tam, tam. So here is a letter M again, letter O, and the letter I краткая. And again, we're stringing them to the sounds that they make together. M, O, Y, M, O, Y, M, O, Y. Мой. And here's the letter K, letter O, and the letter T. Again, stringing the sounds together. K, O, T, K, O, T. Кот. Там мой кот. Which means over there is my cat. Or my cat is over there. Okay, now that we looked at the basic sounds, you pretty much can read most of the Russian words. Now, there will be some variations and some rules that we need to know, but you really can start reading already. But let's take a look at some other important categories of sounds for consonants and for the vowels. Okay, once we looked at the basic sounds, now it's time to look at the consonants. And first category of consonants that we're going to look at are voiced and voiceless. And just as the category name implies, to pronounce the consonant in this category, you need to actually use your voice. While in the voiceless category, we will be pronouncing sounds without involving our voice. And we are gonna look first at all voiced and or voiceless consonants in this category. And then we're gonna look at a very important kind of like subcategorization into paired voice and voiceless consonants. And I will explain why it is important to remember some of these in pairs. Okay, let's start with the voiced consonants. So let's take a look at all of the voiced consonants. And when I pronounce the letter, pronounce with me, and you will feel how you are using your voice. B, b, v, v, g, g, d, d, ž, ž, z, z, j, j, l, l, m, m. And the last voiced consonant is r, r. Okay, and now let's take a look at the voiceless sounds. And again, pronounce after me to kind of like feel that you're not really using your voice to pronounce the sounds. Now, the sounds themselves will be probably hard to hear. So I will, for each of the voiceless sounds, I will provide a similar sound in English. So the first one is k, k. And this sound is similar to the sound k in English when you say the word like cat. Cat. In Russian, it's a little bit more aspiration and intense, but it's pretty much very similar. Our next sound, and that's similar to the English letter P when you say words like pay, pe, S, s. The letter S makes the sound S, which is similar to the English sound in words like Sam or see. So this sound is similar to the English letter T in words like time. F, f. The sound F is similar to the English letter F in words like find or friend. This letter is a little bit tricky in terms of the sound that it makes for English speakers. I would say the closest one is the H in horror, where it's a little bit more kind of like pronounced and harsh. The sound ts is pretty much the same as the sound ts in pizza. Pizza, ts, pizza, ts. So the sound sh is very similar to the English sh combination in words like show, show. And finally, the letter sh makes the sh, sh, sh sound. And most of my students come from Midwest, and they pronounce the name of the city Chicago with a perfect sh sound. Like, I'm going to Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Sh, sh, sh. Okay, so we looked at all voiced consonants and all voiceless. And it's important to know which one is which because they will affect how other letters are pronounced. And I will show you example in a minute. But it is important to learn a kind of like a subgroup of them as paired, where a voiced consonant is paired with a voiceless consonant. For example, B is the voiced consonant that is paired with P. And we should learn them as a pair, B, P. Why? Because when B is at the end of the word, or the next letter after B is going to be a voiceless consonant, what happens is that voiced B loses its voice and becomes its voiceless counterpart, P. Let me show you how it happens. So let's take a look at the word loop. So that means forehead, like the forehead as part of your head. Now, B is the last letter of this word, which means that B becomes P when we read this word. So the word forehead in Russian is written with a B, but when we read it, we say lop, lop. Now, if we take a different word where B is followed by a vowel, so it's not the last letter, then B will stay voiced, oba, oba, and that word means both, like both books were interesting. Similarly, when you have a voiced consonant following a voiced consonant, it will stay voiced. For instance, the word обман, which means deceit. So here, B doesn't need to become P because M is a voiced consonant. Okay, let's take a look at the other pairs. And the next one is V, F, V, F. So again, when V is at the end of the word, or if it's followed by a voiceless consonant, F will replace V when we read this word. Next one is G, K, G, K. D, T, D, T. J, J, Z, S, Z, S. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. So let's say you have the word code. V, H, O, D. So here we have two voiced letters, which is V and D. And D, it's at the very end, which means it will become its voiceless counterpart. What? By the way, this word means entrance. Like when you're entering something, you will see this word on like a subway station or in the store. What? You would see the D, but when we read it or pronounce, we say T. What? And this letter is also voiced, and you probably hear that I'm actually pronouncing it as F because it's followed by a voiceless letter. So it will be Vhot, Vhot. That's how we write it, but that's how we read it, Vhot. Now, let's say we replace the H with another V, V, V. So here, only D will turn to T, to its voiceless counterpart, but these both V will stay voice. This one because it's followed by a voiced consonant, and this one because it's followed by a vowel. So the word that means like entry of the data, will read as вот, вот, вот. Okay, let's write them all in pairs. So we have B, and it's paired with P. V, P, G, K, D, T, J, and Z, S. And again, we learn them in these pairs. So, and then other voiced consonants that we have, but they're not paired, are I краткое, Y, L, sound L, M, M, N, N, and R, the letter R. And then the other voiceless that we have, but they're not paired, are H, C, letter C, Ch, letter Ch, and Sh, letter Sh, and the sound Sh. Okay, now let's move on to the next category of consonants that's very, very important. And the category will be hard versus soft. And this distinction is very important because most Russian consonants can be pronounced hard or can be pronounced soft. And this distinction is kind of tricky for the English speakers, and even advanced students sometimes still cannot pronounce the soft sounds correctly. For instance, some sounds will be easy, and usually students really get the soft pronunciation of the T pretty quickly because it's the ending of most verbs and students get it very quickly. But let's say words like люблю, where you have a soft L, I've met advanced students who would still be saying люблю, like lu instead of lu, because they cannot make this sound soft. So we'll look at it in more detail. And as you can see, I'm using the soft sign and vowels to show you hard and soft. And that's basically what signals to us if a consonant should be pronounced hard or soft. Soft sign and vowels. And I'm actually gonna switch very quickly to the vowels category, and I'm gonna write all of the vowels as pairs of those vowels that make a consonant hard and those vowels that make a consonant soft. And just like here, when it's important to remember these voiced and voiceless pairs, it's important to remember vowels in pairs too. And the pairs of the vowels that we have are A, Ya, O, yo, u, you, ye, and u, e. Now, these letters a, o, u, u are the ones that make a preceding consonant hard. They themselves are not hard or soft, but they have this effect on how we read the preceding consonant. And then, of course, these will kind of like have an effect of making the consonant soft. So let's take a look. So let's look at hard and soft consonants in more detail. But before we do, let's write down two kind of like subcategories. Consonants that are always soft. And here we have three consonants, and that's и краткое, y, letter ч, sound ch, and the letter sh, sound sh. We also have three consonants that are always hard. And these three consonants are the letter j, sound j, letter sh, sound sh, and the letter c, sound c. Now, what does it mean that some consonants are always soft or always hard? It actually is very interesting. Let me show you with my little letters right here. Let's take the consonant и краткое, for example. And и краткое is always soft. What does it mean? It means that the letters in the hard category will not have an effect on it. So if we add the letter O, that does not change the sound of и краткое. It will stay y. Interestingly, what it does, it actually will change the sound of O into its counterpart, yo. So for example, words like yoga or yogurt, we pretty much are pronouncing with this sound. To be honest, both of these sounds in these words can be replaced with the sound yo, yogurt, yoga. Let me show you an example with ch. So let's say we have ch, and it's followed by a vowel that is part of those vowels that make a consonant hard. A will not have this effect on ch. For example, in word час, you will actually hear the soft counterpart because ch not only doesn't budge and change the sound, but it actually changes the sound of the vowel. Час, час. That's pretty much what we hear. And let's say if we look at sh and a, again, we basically pronounce it as sha, sha. So similarly, those that are always hard, if we add a sound to them that's supposed to make this letter soft, yeah, for instance, these letters, it will not have any effect. So for example, let's say I'm adding j plus e, as in, let's say, word жить, yeah, the verb to live. So here, e is supposed to change the sound of j into the soft sound, but it can't because j is always hard. And again, j will even overpower this sound by making it into its hard counterpart. So basically, we pronounce the word жить with the sound u, жить, жить. So basically, жить sounds exactly like быть. Жить, быть, жить, быть. Okay, so in a similar way, I think you get the idea. So if we get sh plus ye, we'll pronounce it more like she, or sh plus e, we'll pronounce it as u. C plus e, like in the word цифра, number, we actually will be hearing and pronouncing the sound u. Okay, now let's look at all of the other consonants and how they sound hard and soft. And again, this only comes with practice, whether you can pronounce it or not, but distinguishing between them just the more you listen to it, the more you look at the words, it will come. Okay. So, b, 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 v, 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 g, 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 d, 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 z, 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 k, 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 m, 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 n, ñ, n, ñ, p, 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 r, 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 s, 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 f, p, f, p. And it's hard to hear the distinction here. Okay, so that was it. So the next category we're going to look at is vowels, and we're going to start looking, pairing vowels with the consonants, so you will hear more examples. It's easier to hear the hard and soft distinction when it's paired with other sounds. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at the vowels. And as you can see, we paired them already as a, ya, o, yo, u, you, e, ye, u, i. And the letters a, o, u, e, u make a preceding consonant hard, and letters ya, yo, you, ye, and i make a preceding consonant soft. Now, there's different kind of like sound types that these letters make, and I'm gonna put a, o, u, e, u, and e into kind of like a separate category, and I'm gonna call them single letters because they make one sound. So a, o, u, e, u, e. And then these letters that we have here, ya, yo, you, and ye, we'll call them married sounds, because they're a combination or a union of two sounds. So the letter ya is really a combination of the sound y and the sound a. Ya, y, a, y, a, ya, 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 ya. And then similarly, the letter yo is the combination of sounds y, o, y, o, y, o, yo, y, o, yo, yo. You is the combination of sounds y, u, y, u, you, you, you. And finally, ye is the combination of the sounds y and e. Ye, y, e, y, e, ye, ye. And it's important to learn these sounds as paired sounds, because that will actually come in handy with some spelling rules. For instance, this 7-letter spelling rule, like when you cannot have after specific letters, you will replace it with the soft counterpart of e. Yep. So it's important to know them as pairs. Now, I just said its soft counterpart. I'm going to make a quick note and say that letters themselves are not hard or soft. But sometimes teachers, me including, we call them hard vowels and soft vowels to just as a shorter version as the vowels that make the preceding consonant hard, or the vowels that make the preceding consonant soft. So I'll keep referring to them as hard and soft vowels, but keep in mind that they themselves are neither hard or soft. Okay, now let's take a look at these married sounds where we have the sound y, to signify the sound ya. Now, when do we hear ya as a full sound, or yo, or you, or yeah? We hear it when it's by itself, and that's pretty much just the letter ya that can stand by itself to mean I, or when it starts a word. For example, in the Russian name Yana. So here, ya is first, and it will be pronounced as ya. We also pronounce ya and all other married letters as full double sound when you have a vowel before them. Ah, ya. I, ya. Ye, ya. Or let's say ye, yo, ye, yo. So we pronounce this consonant in full when we have a vowel before it. Okay, some other word positions will when we will pronounce it as a full letter, when we have a soft sign or a hard sign before this vowel. So when you have a vowel preceded by a soft sign or a hard sign, you pronounce these 4 letters in full, like ya, yo, you, ye. Now, we have soft sign to indicate that the preceding consonant will be soft. For example, in the word чья, which means whose, like чья машина, whose car that is. So soft sign adds a little pause here to pronounce ya in full. So ch is already always soft. We don't really need to change the sound. All we need to do is to restart the ya as a full sound. Ch, ya. So that would be cha, and that would be чья. Hard sign before ya will make the preceding consonant hard, and again restart ya as a full sound. For example, like двухъярусная кровать. That's a long word. It just means the double-decker bed. Okay. So we looked at the situations when these sounds like ya, yo, you, ye are pronounced as full sounds. And we looked at it when it's the first letter, or it follows a vowel, another vowel, or it follows a sign, a soft sign or hard sign. Now, what if it's a consonant? So let's take a look at what happens here. Let's say we need to pronounce ya after the letter d. So let's take a look what's happening here. So ya is one of those sounds that make a preceding consonant soft. So when ya follows d will be pronounced as d, d. So ya kind of wins here by making this hard consonant soft. Now, what happens is that d fights back, and it fights back by removing the y sound from the ya. So usually we pronounce ya as ya. Ya is a full sound. So d does become soft, but d also pushes y sound out of the ya. So what we're left with is the soft d and the sound a. Soft d is d, a, d, a, d, a, dya, dya. So the word dядя, which is written with d, ya, is pronounced as dya, dya. double soft, double A. Dя, dя. So if the D is pronounced hard, it will be da. And if it's soft vowel after it, then it becomes soft. Dя. And again, it kind of kicks the y sound out of ya. Dя, dя. Let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at lu, yeah, which we have in люблю. So the letter U is the combination of sounds y and u. Y, u, y, u, you, you. So U makes L soft. L, 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 L. And L fights back by removing the Y sound out of U. So what we're left with is soft L and U. L, U, L, U, L, U, lu, 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 lu. Okay, I think you're getting it, so let's write it down so we finish our notes. Okay, so let's focus on these sounds. Now we have ya, and it's basically pronounced as y, a. Yo is y, o. You, y, u. And finally, ye is y, e. Now, as you can see, we have letter E here. And E I put in the single category of sounds because that's the sound that it makes, E. It's not preceded by the Y. However, there is one word, and the word is chi, is the only word where we kind of hear this Y sound. So the word chi is the only one where we kind of hear this Y sound in front of E. Chi, chi. And the word means whose, like чьи это друзья, whose friends are those? Чьи это книги, whose books are those? So here we kind of hear this Y, E, чьи. But that's pretty much it. Everywhere else, that's what's going to be just the pure sound E. Okay, so when do we have this sound? We have it when it's the first letter and after hard sign, soft, I'm sorry, soft sign and vowels. Yeah, we just looked at the examples. So for example here, yeah, I had the example Yana, Yana, or Чья. For yo, we can look at the word ёж, ёж. And ж at the end, remember, will be pronounced as sh, ёж, which means a hedgehog. Let's take a look at you. Let's take the word after soft sign, пью, which means I am drinking, пью. And for ем, let's look at the word ел or ела, which means I was eating. I masculine was eating, I feminine was eating, ел, ела. Okay, then after consonants, what happens here is basically we'll have a soft consonant plus our hard counterpart. We looked at some examples. For instance, my name will be an example. Anya, my short name. Anya. So here we have ya is not pronounced like ya. It's pronounced more like a after a soft n. Anya, Anya, Anya. And of course, люблю. That's the word that's so tricky to pronounce, where you hear more blue. That's a very common mistake. So once you learn how to pronounce L in a soft way, L, 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 then you'll follow it with the sound U. L, U, B, L, U. Люблю, люблю. Okay, this video is getting very long, so I'm gonna kind of wrap up here. A couple more things that I want to point out. Now, the single letters pretty much never change their sound. A is always a, u is always u, e is always e, u is always u. You can notice that I skipped o because it sometimes changes to the sound a. And that happens when it's not stressed. So when the stress falls on something else. So example here, for example, the word она. So a is stressed, o is not, so we pronounce this word as она, which means she, она. So here, when these vowels are not stressed, the married vowels. So some of the married vowels also change when they're not stressed. Here, for instance, ya can sometimes change into the e sound. And I'm putting it in the parentheses because sometimes it does, sometimes not. For example, in the word язык, we basically pronounce it as yi, язык. But in the word песня, song, and язык means language, but in the word песня, song, ya is not stressed, but it's still pronounced as this kind of like soft counterpart. And yeah, so that will be a little bit too much to cover in this video. Just pay attention to it when you hear it. Now, an interesting thing with yo, we just have to remember that yo is always stressed. So if you see a word with yo, you don't have to worry about where the stress falls because it will be falling on yo. Okay, and letter Y changes its sound to E. And that's why, for example, words like меня, тебя, where the stress falls on ya, we have Y changing to E. Меня, меня. Okay, let's type here. As you can see, it's a lot for the basic reading, but that pretty much covers, as I said, almost everything, except for some consonant clusters or some special words or words where some letters are not pronounced. Other than that, you're pretty much ready to read Russian. Now, and that's what we're going to practice right now by reading Russian syllables. Okay, let's take a look at these letter combinations. Pause the video and read it on your own, and then unpause the video to hear me read them. So here we have two sounds, b, a, b, a, and we just read them together. Ba, ba, l, u, l, u, li. Here we have the letter Y, the one that makes the preceding consonant soft. So here we had l, li. And here we have to switch from l to l, l. And remember that means the Y will lose its Y at the beginning. So what we will have is l, e, l, e, le, le, I, l, I, l, il. So E usually makes a consonant soft, but the consonant has to be right here. If the consonant follows L, this E does not have this softening effect. So this stays il, il, s, a, sa, ba, li, le, il, sa. Again, pause the video and try to read these syllables. And now we're gonna read them together. E makes the preceding consonant soft, so we'll read d, e, d, d. I, r, ir, ir. S, o, so, so. Yo makes the preceding consonant soft, and once it changes, it takes away the y sound from yo. So we'll have m, o, myo, myo, ok, 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 ok. Di, ir, so, myo, ok. Again, pause to read on your own. And now let's look at those letters. So here we have ch, u, chu, chu, r, u, r, r, z, u, z, z. E is what I call the soft vowel, but really it's the vowel that makes the preceding consonant soft. Now, sh is always hard, and it will have this hardening effect on I, kind of like going into its hard counterpart I. So sh, E will be pronounced as she, where we hear more of the I sound. She. H, a, ha, ha, ha. Chu, ri, zi, shi, ha. Pause the video to read this set. Let's take a look. P, a, pa, pa, ek, 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 um. By the way, the word means intelligence. Oy, oy, oy. In Russian, there is the short word oy. For instance, if you're startled by something, we say oy. Or if you forgot something like oy, я забыла. Go, go. Pa, ek, oy, go. Pause the video to read these syllables. And now let's read together. B, E, B, E. E is one of those vowels that makes the preceding consonant soft. So we'll read it as B, E, B, E, B, B. Ya is also a vowel that makes the preceding consonant soft. So we'll read it as T. And then once the consonant gets soft, it takes away the Y from Ya. So it will be T, A, T, A, T, A, Tya, Tya. P, U, Pu, P, U, Pu. B, U, Bu, B, U, Bu. Ye is one of the sounds that make the preceding consonant soft, so we'll read it as V, V. But again, it will take away the Y from ye. So we'll have V, E, V, E, V, V. Okay, pause the video to read these, and then we're gonna read them together. Sh, ah, sh, ah, sha. Now, sh is one of those consonants that are always soft, which means even if they get like those vowels that are supposed to make the preceding consonant hard, it will not have effect on them. And just the opposite, it will have the softening effect on a. It will be as if we're pronouncing ya right here, kind of like the short version without the y. Sha, sha. J, a, ja, ja. Again, we have the sh. That's gonna soften this one, almost in like you. Sh, u, shu, shu, shu. Ma, a, ma, ma. I, m, im. Sha, ja, shu, ma, im. Now let's take a look at 3-letter combinations. Again, pause the video to read through, and now we're gonna read it together. K, O, L, kol, kol. B, U, S, bus, bus. U makes the preceding consonant soft, so this will be sound L, L, and this one will lose the Y at the beginning, so we'll have L, L, U, L, U, L, U, K, Luke, Luke. S, O, N, son, son. M, O, Sh, Mosh. Mosh. Okay, let's take a look at the next set. Again, pause and read through, and then I'll read them, and I'll start picking up the pace in giving less explanations and more reading. Okay, let's take a look. M, I, L, meal. Sh, U, M, шум. S, O, T, sot. D, O, M, dom. And dom means house. That's like a full word. Sh, I, K, chic. Мил, шум, сот, дом, chic. Okay, next one. L, A, P, lap. K, U, S, kus. B, U, R, бур. Д, Й, дей. Ч, А, С, час. Лап, кус, бур, дей, час. Okay, next one. Д, А, Р, дар. М, А, К, мак. Б, Ы, К, бык. Л, С, лес. Л, А, К, лак. Дар, мак, бык, лес, лак. And the final set, again, pause, read, and then check with me. Т, Л, тел. П, О, Л, пол. С, У, П, суп. Л, У, Н, лун. Ц, А, П, цап. Тел, пол, суп, лун, цап. Okay. Those of you who are still with me here, thank you so much for being with me, and please leave a message in the comment if it was useful or if you have more questions. Thank you. All right, I hope you liked this video, and I really hope that you found it useful. До новых встреч!